that we can open up the conversation much, much earlier and let them know that there's choices for hospice, and which includes palliative medicine, which is so important for arthritis management. And that the choice or the option for euthanasia is always there, but it's not something that has to be forced, and that it should feel safe. So talking about something like this when animals are young is pretty rare. I think it's more common when the dogs start to become seniors, where the veterinarians might be then advocating for the senior wellness panels, blood work, maybe some x-rays, those types of things. And to say, you know what, we don't know what life's going to bring. We don't know what their full story is going to be. But when we know we're reaching the end of it, the veterinarian would be advised to start bringing up, you know, that it's okay to reach out for us for end of life decisions, including euthanasia and hospice, right? We don't just have to say euthanasia anymore. Now we can say hospice and palliative care. And then if the vets don't bring it up, which a lot of the times they may not, because they don't want to sound like they're giving up hope or sound like something is hopeless, where then pet owners, all of you listening, can be your dog's advocate to speak up and say, I want to know what my options are. I want to be as prepared as possible. And we can do that again when our dogs are reaching more of that, even just now we've got osteoarthritis, you know, we know that we've got that, but there might be other conditions that are starting to pop up, or, you know, sadly, there might be a cancer that presents or something else that's going to be a terminal condition. Definitely want to make sure that we're bringing up our end of life choices then. What do I need to know as a pet owner? What do I need to know to prepare? And even ask about, you know, hospice and those things, so that we can provide good comfort care without cure, but comfort care until our dogs may pass on their own, may die naturally with, again, really good support, or we opt for euthanasia. So be your own best advocate, and don't shy away from the topic. It's okay to bring it up. And Nikki, you and I were talking about before that veterinarians welcome that, because you know, we don't want to be the ones who are addressing that elephant in the room all the time and wondering if we're overstepping our bounds. So if a pet owner would ever to bring up euthanasia as I just want to know what my choices are, really important.
Yeah, really important. And also discussing it once, fine. And then changing what you're going to discuss the next time. You may have an idea in your mind, or a goal, or a time when you feel that, I think when this happens, I will make that decision for my dog. So when she doesn't want to come for her walk, for example, that's going to be the day that I decide I'm going to let her go. But this plan, or this prepared, this discussion can be ongoing, and it can change depending on how your dog responds to certain things you're doing. Like you said, there may be something else that happens beyond your control that will accelerate that process and mean that you have to have another chat and change what you're going to do. And it's just got to be an ongoing discussion. And yes, vets will welcome it, because they don't want to bring it up. And sometimes we don't see dogs regularly enough to know the client well enough to know what they're thinking. So it can be really hard.
Yeah, it's all about partnership, right? It's not about the veterinarian necessarily dictating exactly what has to happen. It's about partnership and feeling safe to open up the conversation. So, you know, if you have a veterinary relationship where you don't really feel safe in having these conversations, try to foster that more, try to change that, so that when the end of life kind of journey begins, that you really know that you've got a friend in your corner. I mean, that's a win-win. We always want to find the win-win in every situation.